My spouse's fixation on fitness has caused her to neglect me, straining our relationship. She recently confessed to an affair, and this is the second part of our story. To fully grasp the depth of this situation and experience the raw emotions, I recommend finding the first part to follow the narrative from the start. To add context, her actions have shattered my life, yet I feel strangely detached, almost numb, unable to process much emotion right now. Her infidelity alone would have been devastating, but the situation is complicated further by her pregnancy. If not for this, I might have walked away already, though I'm still waiting on test results to know for sure. She's fairly certain the baby is mine, which means I'm tied to her indefinitely. Our child will grow up with separated parents. Their mother will be consumed by her gym routine. She might even relocate to be near her family, taking my child with her. But that would mean leaving the man who excites her and meets her in gym locker rooms. The rush, the thrill. How can I even fault her? She's tainted the joy of fatherhood for me, whether this baby is mine or not. If, by some chance, the baby isn't mine and I can cut ties completely, how will this betrayal not haunt me when I start a new family? I was overjoyed about this baby with her, thrilled despite it being unplanned. We had chosen names together. I've been there for every moment, and now she's done this to me, and to our unborn child, regardless of who the father is. She claims she'll never return to the gym or speak to him again, but she can't even clarify if she loves him. Does she think I'm that naive? Her uncertainty about her feelings doesn't add up. Clearly, she's still deeply attached to him, likely driven more by physical desire than true emotion, but it's irrelevant to me either way. She believes there's still hope for us, which is absurd. I suspect she relies on me for stability or comfort. We've been together since she was 20, so I'm a familiar anchor. She has gym acquaintances here, but no family or close friends nearby. She earns a decent income, but I earn more, and our benefits come through me. Even with her salary, surviving as a single mother here would be tough, especially at the lifestyle she prefers. She seems to think I'd consider raising another man's child with her. She doesn't take me seriously when I say that's not happening. She's dependent on me. She probably wouldn't leave if I had an affair and expected her to raise someone else's child. I'd never do that, but I feel she'd be furious, maybe retaliate by cheating, but be too afraid to actually leave. I don't feel the same hesitation about leaving her. I'm heartbroken, but I don't want this to be our reality. I don't fully despise her yet. But I won't raise another man's child. If she's so enamored with him, she should be with him and leave us alone. It's hard to reconcile the woman I thought I knew with this betrayer. We built a life, shared dreams, and planned a future. Now, it feels empty. I've tried to see her side, but it only fuels my anger and confusion. How could she jeopardize everything for a fleeting thrill? We should be preparing for our child's arrival, not navigating this nightmare. The stress is overwhelming. Every day is a struggle to control my emotions, to avoid exploding in rage or collapsing in sorrow. I keep imagining the family life I envisioned, and it feels like a cruel mockery now. Update 3. Next week, I'm meeting a lawyer to discuss my options and gain clarity. I'm uneasy about certain details and want answers. For example, her gym, where I've never been invited, feels suspicious. Yet she's introduced me to a few gym friends, an older married couple, almost like she's parading me around in a space where I was previously excluded. Another concern is the duration of her affair. She claims it started last summer, but that's just her word. Could it have been longer? I've met this man before. I recall a night last summer when he was too drunk to drive home from a bar and called her for a ride. It felt odd for her to go alone late at night, so I went with her. Regarding our living situation, I'm torn. I want her out of the house, but I don't want her returning to her family yet, especially because of the baby. If she gives birth here, I'll have a stronger case if the child is mine. If she goes to her parents, that could become the baby's legal residence. Despite the chaos, her life seems to continue. She missed a few days of work but has since returned. This morning, she was visibly upset, but I had to leave for work. She went in late, and her colleagues were supportive, offering food and drinks, unaware of the true cause of her distress. Update 4. My wife agreed to a paternity test on February 29th, 2024. The woman I once saw as refined has become someone unrecognizable, almost like a stranger. Today, she announced she's moving in with her gym affair partner. She's pregnant, and the baby could be his or mine. She's too ashamed to get a paternity test. For about a week, she tried to get my attention, to make me plead for her to stay. I didn't engage. I've been distant, and when we do talk, I keep it short. We've been living together but in separate rooms, completely detached. Her attempts to earn praise for avoiding the gym for 5 days didn't sway me. Today, she texted that she's moving in with him. Despite farewell. Despite everything, I still care about her as a person and the potential mother of my child, but I don't want to stay married to her. It hurt to hear she's choosing him. I advised her not to leave the house and to consult a lawyer. She dismissed my advice. I don't think she should move in with anyone. I pity her inability to be alone. I asked if he knows she's pregnant and what she's told him. She said he knows and doesn't care if it's my baby. He claims to love her and wants to be with her. Strange. Couldn't he find someone without this baggage? A married, pregnant woman? It's baffling. He's deplorable but attractive and reportedly has a good job and owns a home. So why choose her? I can't imagine taking on this situation as a single man with other options. If this is my baby, will they live with her and this creep half the time? I don't know how my life became this disaster. She thinks a paternity test is embarrassing. She moved in with him last weekend, taking minimal belongings. Most of her things are still here. I sense she expected me to beg her to return, but I didn't reach out. It was a mix of relief, anger, and sorrow. I barely ate until last night, never feeling hungry. I drank too much, but I'm managing. I'm sharing this update because I've received many messages, and responding individually is exhausting. I don't want to keep rehashing this. This morning, she texted that her affair partner wants a DNA test, so now she's willing. It didn't matter when I asked, but now it's a great idea because he suggested it. She asked if I'd submit a sample since testing 2 fathers is cheaper. I don't care about cost, I just want answers. I don't have to see them. I'll go to the lab for a cheek swab this Saturday and results should come within a week. It's better than her delaying this for another 20 weeks. So that's where things stand. I'm coping, going to work, trying to function, but I feel trapped in limbo. I miss her. I hate that she's with him. It sickens me. Part of me wants to plead for her to come back. It'll be worse if the baby is mine and she's with him, unless he leaves her upon hearing the news. I won't beg. I refuse to play her games. Update on my wife's affair and pregnancy, March 15th, 2024. My wife has been involved with this gym guy for nearly a year. She's about 22 weeks pregnant now, was around 17 weeks when I learned of her betrayal. Despite her claims that I'm the father, she initially refused a paternity test to reassure me. We recently did a test at her partner's request, confirming I'm the father. The news brought conflicting feelings. I'd initially wanted to cut all ties with her to avoid lifelong connections through a shared child, but when the results came, I felt some relief. I'd been excited about fatherhood for months before discovering her affair. At times, I can't believe my child will be born into this mess, and it makes me resent her deeply. She's still living with him, leaving her belongings here. I won't pack her things for her. She seems unconcerned about collecting anything beyond essentials. After learning I'm the father, she texted that she's glad and believes I'll be a great dad. Last night, she sent new baby name ideas. She's tried calling, but I don't answer, sticking to texts. This morning, she asked to stop by for some items. I agreed, as my lawyer advised not to block her from the home, but I warned her not to bring him. Yet there he was, walking into our house like it was nothing. She ran upstairs to grab her things, leaving me with him in the living room. He claimed it wasn't her fault he came, saying she told him I didn't want him there, but he insisted on coming to talk. He said he understands my feelings. Nonsense. He claimed he loves her, knew he likely wasn't the father, and accepts it, assuring me he won't try to replace me with the baby and hopes we can coexist since we'll both be in her life. He said he's caring for her. I told him I couldn't fathom why he'd want a pregnant woman carrying another man's child and found it odd. Warned him to leave, or I'd hit him. Upstairs, I confronted her about bringing him. She apologized, saying he convinced her to let him come, and she never meant for this to happen but loves him now. He's what 30-year-old her wants, not me. She's setting up a nursery at his place, suggesting I do the same at mine. She claims she won't seek full custody and wants me involved in our child's life. How kind of her. Downstairs, he was still there, so I punched him. He stumbled into a table. She shouted in shock and rushed to him. I don't care. Would he call the police? He had it coming for not leaving when I told him to. Hours later, she texted to apologize, insisting he's a good guy who respects me. Respects me? He was intimate with my wife in gym locker rooms. I told her she couldn't be serious. She replied that she's trying to have a mature discussion, can't help falling in love, and wants things to be amicable. This man took my wife and now my child, too. Yes, I'm the father, but they're building a nursery together? I try not to feel jealous or sad, to see him as someone who took my burden. Sometimes I feel that, but I still love her. I don't want to stay married out of principle, but this is crushing. New update, April 10th, 2024. My wife is now about 26 weeks pregnant. Things have been relatively calm with her and her partner lately. I took a long weekend away, and the distance from home was refreshing. The only irritation was when I insisted on being in the delivery room, not him. After all she's done, she owes me that. It's my child, not his. He has no place there. I won't be the one waiting outside when my child is born. She initially agreed, saying she never intended for him to be there. But when I asked if she'd told him, she hadn't. I told her to make it clear. She did, and he didn't take it well, trying to persuade her to let him be present. Now she says since she's giving birth, she should choose who's there, and she wants him. I guess he'll start suggesting baby names, overriding the ones we'd picked years ago. We've discussed terms, and she offered me the house, the dog, and our divorce. I've demanded we sell the house and split the proceeds, which is in the paperwork. I'm not buying her out of a house I've paid for entirely. My credit is better, and I have less debt. I compromised for her to get this house, but I want a fresh start with no reminders of her. There was no chance she'd get the dog. I have proof of ownership, so she'd lose in court. I told my lawyer the dog is non-negotiable aside from custody of my child. Her partner can have her, but not my dog. My dog is far more loyal than my wife, and some might say, better looking. Since I won't be in this house long after the baby's born, if the divorce moves quickly, I'm still setting up a nursery here to show I'm committed to fatherhood. I'm trying to focus on positives. I can decorate the nursery as I want, without her input. We've been together most of our adult lives, so living alone is freeing but lonely. I have friends and family, but I'm rarely in the mood to socialize. They always ask about the situation, and I'm tired of it dominating conversations. I got a promotion at work, which would have been better post-divorce financially, but I'll take it. My decisions are often shaped by how they'll impact the divorce. I sometimes check their social media, half hoping he's had an accident. No luck yet, but he's launching a business, and I could have friends and family leave bad reviews for fun. I don't reply to many messages or comments. It's draining, and revisiting this on Reddit can be depressing. I forgot to mention, she told her family we've split and she's with him. Her sister contacted me, calling her a fool and apologizing. She said my wife complained about him, saying he's selfish in bed, doesn't do thoughtful things like clearing snow off her car or cooking after a long day, and spends too much time with friends. Hearing she's quietly unhappy is satisfying. Thank you for following. If you haven't subscribed, please do and hit the notification bell for more gripping real-life stories.